So James, I did a little bit of your background there. Real quick, what first kind of drew you into cybersecurity, and like what moment made you realize that this was the field that you wanted to build your career in?
I was thinking about this kind of in preparation for this podcast, and I don't know if it was one moment. It seems like it goes back to like my childhood, right? Seeing movies like, I don't know, War Games or Tron, which is the new ones coming out today, and just kind of the idea of what you could get computers to do that they weren't necessarily intended to do, right? That's been fascinating to me from the beginning. And at that point, I mean, I didn't know. I don't think anybody knew cybersecurity was a field at that point. I mean, we're talking about the 80s and early 90s.
Yeah. Well, they didn't call it cybersecurity.
They didn't call it
Yeah.
cybersecurity anyway.
I agree. I like your pick of movies too. And the one I'm kind of shocked you did not say, because it's one of the best, is clearly Project Swordfish. Some of Halle Berry's best work, I'll have you know.
So I think the best hacking movie is Sneakers, hands down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. I've never seen it.
No, Robert Redford, man. Yeah, you got
You have
I wanna
homework.
see it.
You have homework.
I do. Sometimes people get really angry too, because my emphasis at college was film as literature. So like, you haven't seen this movie? I also haven't seen Citizen Kane. Yeah. So sorry, I interrupted, James. Please continue.
Yeah.
And then from there, I think, kind of the interest grew, through just, I'm thinking of the Anarchist Cookbook and different IRC channels. And it was just from early on, it was a passion. I just never saw it as a career until a little bit later. And then out of high school, I went to Milwaukee School of Engineering for architectural engineering and kind of lost interest pretty quick. Ended up joining the Army, did really well on the ASVAB. They basically handed me the book and said, what job do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. It's something to do with computers, and hopefully give me a big bonus too. And I ended up becoming multi-channel transmission system maintainer / operator, which basically I was a combat cable guy as far as that's about the closest analogy I can. We'd set up telephone and computer networks, and then put in a radio shot to relay it. So that was kind of my first step into IT, as a career, was my Army experience. And then when I got out, I kind of had a little bit of a similar experience trying to figure out what my next step was going to be. And I was enrolled in kind of a general computer science program through UW-Madison here. And before I even started, I remember I was looking through a course catalog that my roommate had for one of our technical colleges. And I saw that there was network security in there. And that was kind of the light bulb moment where I realized that cybersecurity could actually be a career.
Yeah.
So first I kind of got my associate's degree, and then graduated in around 2009, which was not a great time to be finding employment in cybersecurity or anywhere else.
Or any job. Yeah.
That's correct.
So I ended up going into property management for a little while. There was kind of a IT aspect. It was a smaller company. I managed their computers and their small network and what technologies they were using.